Welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how great overlanding in Fords is, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me on Snail Trail 4x4 Off-Road Podcast, episode... 390, I'm guessing.
I think so.
Okay. That's the one and only Mr. Jimmy Jett.
What up? How's it going?
We're doing pretty well, man.
Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we're time traveling.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about your trip to Moab today. And today's Monday. Where are you currently?
Monday, I'm either in...
You're arriving at Moab, right?
Tokerville Falls, Red Hill Hot Springs, or Moab. Depends on the time of day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At 4:20 in the morning, where are you going to be?
Tokerville. Yeah.
Which would be 5:20 in the morning that time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're planning on leaving Tokerville until 8 o'clock or maybe 10.
5:25.
Yeah. So it takes 2 hours to get to the hot springs and then 3 hours to get to Moab from the hot springs.
Cool.
So we got 5 hours of travel that day.
Wow. Okay. We'll get into that in a little bit because that's going to be the gist of our talk, kind of how to plan for a multi-night overlanding trip with a trailer and a vehicle that is brand new to you and some of the logistics that go into that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It'll be something different for us.
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't our normal way we go camping or overlanding or rock crawling or rock landing or
and I am not an expert at all on trip planning.
Yeah.
Like my trip planning entails like
peanut butter and honey sandwiches,
steak and potatoes and breakfast burritos and like taking a tent and going to a location for multiple days.
Right. Not
moving across multiple states.
Right.
Over
and
the course of a
changing
couple
your
days.
Camp location every day.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun little discussion I think we'll have. We're hopefully, because we are recording this before you hit the trail or the road. Hopefully we can help clear some of your thoughts or kind of help you organize a little bit as well. But before we get into that discussion, we do have to thank Snail Trail 4x4 for the giveaway this month.
Thank you, Snail Trail.
Oh, you're welcome. We have 2 gift boxes to give away to 2 lucky winners. We've discussed in the future episode and the past episode what is in those gift boxes. We'll go into depth about every item in that gift box on Thursday's episode. But we did have Steve on last Monday to talk about his products, the Summer Shine products that are inside of there. Let's see. We have, we probably still have to call Will up for the Light Ranger to give him his product. And what else do we got going on? We haven't heard back from our partner.
This username is already taken.
Well, that too. This username's already taken 69420 or JoeZ60421.
That's it. Yeah.
We haven't heard back from them yet. So if you're one of those guys, get in contact with us. And we've got some questions for you.
Yeah, I do.
But I was also going to say that we have yet to hear back from our next giveaway review item company. Oh. So we can't announce that yet, but we're working on some big plans for that.
Yeah.
So 14 people that got in after 500, you're not missing out.
Oh, that one for the giveaway review item. Got it. Okay. I just clicked it now.
Got it. Okay. You're welcome. Thanks. Let's see. Anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, you guys know how to sign up for everything over at iRate 4x4. Go check that out. Say hi to Austin while you're there. Go down to the Snail Trail 4x4 forum and have a good time. There's some fun topics, fun conversations. There's a lot of talk about Ford axles over at iRate4x4.com and Toyota parts as well. So Toyota vehicles and Ford axles is pretty much all that goes on there now.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have 2 more weeks to get into the current gift box.
That's true.
Jim's month's October gift box that's going on. So if you want to get a gift box from us, which this one I think is going to be it's going to be a different gift box from us.
Yeah.
If all the plans that we have collide and work out, It's going to be not a normal gift box, but I think most everybody should enjoy it unless you're the type of person that can't partake.
Yeah. Like, so are you saying that if people like wheeling and wine and maybe whiskey, they might like the box?
You might like this box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we might, I've spoken to those gentlemen or sisters or whatever we want to call them.
It's kind of sisters, half sisters,
stepsisters. Spoken to those stepsisters podcast. They might get in on the gift boxes as well.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We might do a double giveaway kind of item thing for October.
Sweet, that'd be fun.
There's some plans that are in the mix. We'll find out.
Is that because you're like closer with them now that you've, like are taking over Jason's spot over there?
Yeah. Episode 204. Go listen to it. Best wheeling, wine, and whiskey podcast ever.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. At least the co-host on that episode was fantastic.
Chris was good for once.
That's funny.
Shots fired.
Yeah. No, Chris led the conversation.
Nice.
Yeah, he did really good.
Good for him.
We had fun.
Nice.
I think it's the best one. So.
I still haven't gone and listened to it, so I need to go.
That's fine.
I've been listening to Ben over at Blue Ribbon Coalition.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good deal. Well, you got a whole road trip ahead of you, and hopefully you listen to the Dollops PG&E podcast because that one is fantastic. I'm about halfway through part 2.
I have a feeling we're going to listen to a lot of Dollop. Yeah. So that's usually what we end up listening to a lot.
The PG&E one, though, hits home.
Really? Literally?
Literally.
Yeah.
They talk about every fire that's been around us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's kind of, it's just interesting. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the Dollop, even though they are a fantastic podcast. And if you guys are ever in SAC, because I know you guys are doing a West tour, you should join us on our podcast.
Yep.
We'll do some off-road history thing.
Oh, that'd be fun.
History of the Toyotas.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had a request for that.
Oh, really?
Toyota history.
Okay.
Yeah. Once, because I did that post about my power steering box having the D, not the T.
Oh, yeah.
You kept that in. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
I keep it in when you talk about D's.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. You keep it in what?
Don't worry about it. I said what I said.
Somebody said, I had no idea that they originally spelt their name that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you must not be a Toyota fan. But anyway, I didn't say that to them. But they said it would be cool to learn more history about them. And I was like, well, we're the podcast to do so.
Yeah.
So maybe one day we'll get actually like one of the Toyota people on and we can do a deep dive into Toyota's history.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. Find a Toyota historian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toy historian. Oh, man.
But anyways, I don't have any other updates from that. I say we jump over to the main topic.
Cool. Let's, should we jump over to a campfire discussion with a campfire discussion card?
They don't know about those yet.
Oh, okay.
But we can. They'll figure it out in the next episode.
Okay. We'll be right on back with today's campfire discussion. Grab your drinks. It'll be a fun one.
Are you tired of landing in potholes and bouncing off obstacles? To play at your full potential, correctly tuned coilovers allow you to float over the rocks and gain more traction. At 4-Wheel Underground, our full suspension systems include custom-tuned coilovers for your specific application. To learn more, visit 4wheelunderground.com.
Jimmy J. Yes. Tell a story about a memorable campfire.
That's I believe the first one in everybody's pack.
Oh, is it?
Everyone that I've opened that's been the first one.
Yeah.
Let's see. A memorable campfire. The first one that came into mind was just I was in college. We went out to this place called Zoomdowski Beach.
Okay.
Something like that. It was out by Moss Landing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drive through. There's like an easy way to get there, and then there's like an inconspicuous way to get there, which is literally through like farm fields.
Okay.
And we were going there after hours. Like the beach is technically closed. We went out there to have a kegger party and a bonfire and hang out at the ocean and the beach and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of Salinas gangsters came out.
Oh.
And Literally, like the only reason the cops came at later after the fact, somebody called the cops, which was a good thing because a huge fight broke out, and the cops told us the only reason they were out is because one of their buddies just got out of jail and they were just looking for a fight.
Oh, wow.
And so we got in this crazy fight. So that was the first one that came to mind. Jeez. But the second one that comes to mind is when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of land where we lived and where we grew up. The house was on an acre, and we would do a lot of yardscaping, and we would just put all of that into a pile and then have a burn pile, like probably a few times a year, a few times. But I just remember as a child having these big bonfires and then making a thing that we called pocket stew.
Okay.
And it's literally like potatoes, carrots, celery, hot dogs, some spices.
Hot dogs, okay.
And you put it in heavy duty foil with a bunch of butter, and then you wrap it like twice in the heavy duty foil. And then when the burn pile is burnt down,
it's coals.
You pull a bunch of the coals to sort of the side, and then you put these pockets stews that are wrapped up in the foil on the coals, and you leave it there for a while, and you flip it once or twice, and then you pull it off, and now you have dinner.
Nice.
And I remember doing that a bunch when I was a child, and really enjoyed that. And actually, I'm looking forward to doing that with my family.
Nice. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I have a lot of memorable campfires.
Oh yeah.
The first one that immediately came to my mind was
the snow wheeling trip.
Yeah. Snow wheeling on Barrett Lake.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. When it,
not the listener run.
No, that one was another one that came to mind though.
Yeah.
No, the Barrett Lake, being out at the lake, just getting covered in snow at nighttime with the campfire.
Yeah.
And it's kind of having like the clear around the campfire with no snow, where the snow was falling and melting immediately when it hit the ground because of the heat of the campfire. But then everywhere else, just snow. It was cool. Right. And then the other one, yes, the listener run snow trip where we kept egging Dylan on, and we figured out how to make him do stuff.
Yes.
So that, and then you catching your pants on fire.
Yep.
And Zach catching his shoe on fire.
I still have my shoes that are, laces are still melted. Yeah.
Isn't that
my
the
shop
trip
shoes.
You threw up on your shoes too?
Yes.
Okay. So that was a memorable campfire night.
I've washed the shoes since.
Yeah. Oh man.
That was a memorable campfire night.
That was a very memorable night. The night out at the undisclosed location when the intern got stung by the bee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Around the campfire.
And the assistant had Benadryl.
And the assistant had Benadryl. Then he just passed out in the secretary's arms around the campfire. That was a fun night. And then the other big one is at Meadow Lake when I threw up behind the bear box.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That was another memorable campfire night. So
yeah, your snow one reminded me. This is so off topic, by the way. But your snow. Well, I mean the campfire chat.
Totally.
Your snow comment reminded me of a time that I went snow camping with my buddy Joe, and we went up to the Loch Leven Lakes. Do you know where that is?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's up Highway 80 a little ways. And it was a snow camping trip. Like we started off like straight out of the car onto snow and hiked up a few thousand feet to the lakes. So we're the only ones up there. You know, it's the middle of winter. We start a campfire, and about an hour later, the campfire is like 2 feet down
in the snow.
Yeah. And we're like, oh man, like you have to put your hands out over the hole to get any heat from it. But it's kind of funny to, see a fire sinking down to the ground or whatever. So that was a funny time.
Nice. Well, cool. Today's episode. So that's just something you guys have to look forward to.
Yeah. There's a little hint. The people of gift box recipients kind of probably know what that is. But if you did not get a gift box and you're curious what we're talking about, you need to wait till Thursday to find out. Yep.
So this episode today is to talk a little bit about trip planning.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of good timing because I'm planning a big trip. Well, I'm planning to take a big trip. I think the secretary is doing more of the planning.
Okay.
I have more of the plans made once we reach the destination, but kind of the stuff to do along the way, which is the overlanding side of it, right? That's kind of up to her, and she's picked out some really fun things, and I just need to figure out where exactly we're camping each night.
Okay.
So, so I have the little camping trailer and the Bronco.
Yep.
The camping trailer is essentially a teardrop, functionally a teardrop trailer. It's just not shaped like a teardrop.
Right.
So
it's a square drop.
Yeah. Square drop trailer. And so it's got your sleeping quarters inside the main compartment, and then out the back, you open up the back door and you've got your kitchen stuff.
How do you change in that?
Just kind of laying down.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you don't get to stand up while changing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's annoying. So yeah.
If you're curious why I brought that up, go listen to the rooftop tent versus ground tent episode.
Yep.
Which somebody did correct me, one of your employees.
Oh, did they?
It corrected me about I left out the most important thing about having a rooftop tent.
What's that?
That I can pretty much camp anywhere at any point in time.
Oh.
Because it's almost always on the back of my vehicle.
That's a good.
Where you're not always carrying a ground tent with you.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about not just camping though.
I'm talking about I drank way too much at a bar and I I bought my rooftop tent in the parking lot because I couldn't drive home.
Exactly.
Which I may or may not have ever done.
Yeah. Or you're driving home from Moab or from
Mammoth.
Ian and Brittany's and you got to stop in a Walmart parking lot and spend the night.
Yeah. I was driving back from Alex and Jenna's Frosty Four-Wheeler's house. Okay. And it was I left. My plan was to get down there, pay for the tent and leave. And then we decided to go wheeling and then hang out and drink a little bit. And I was like, I gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
And then it was almost midnight by the time I left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way. It's like a 4-hour drive home. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And then the assistant who I was only my girlfriend at the time, or we were even just barely starting dating. She's like, you just bought a tent. Like, oh yeah,
I can stop wherever.
I can stop anywhere.
Yeah,
because I was like, find me a hotel. She's like, well, you just bought a tent. I'm like, oh, good point.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so that was on a previous episode.
Yeah.
And one of the downsides of RTTs and trailers, a lot of times, like camping trailers, is that you can't really stand up to change.
Nope.
So
sacrifices.
Yeah. We have the trailer. It tows great behind the Bronco. So the Bronco, it's that little 4-cylinder. Oh, I fucked up on another episode. There we go. I said the Bronco was a 6-cylinder, like a small 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
It's an inline 4. 2.7 liter inline 4
6-cylinder is what you said.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
So it's an inline 4.
Yeah. Is it turboed?
Yes.
It's a turbo 4-cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. Does it have VTEC?
I don't know.
No, it does not have VTEC.
So that's a Toyota thing, isn't it?
No, it's a Honda thing.
Okay.
Toyota has VVT or something. Something
variable
like that.
valve train.
Timing.
Variable valve timing. That's what it is.
There you
go. Yeah. Anyway, so the Bronco, it pulls the trailer just fine. Like it doesn't even notice that it's there. The trailer does have trailer brakes, and the Bronco has a 7-pin wiring, but I haven't figured out how to adjust the trailer brakes through the Bronco yet.
Maybe a setting in the dash?
Probably.
Yeah.
So I got to go and look at that and figure that out.
Mike Klein, message us.
Yeah.
Message Tyler.
Or Derek.
Yeah.
Mike or Derek, let me know. So anyways, that's the plans to take the Bronco. Turns out now that the Kermit is not getting done until June, could have taken Kermit to Moab.
Put the trailer with Kermit on it attached to the trailer, your camping trailer, and tow it all with the Bronco.
Well, Kermit's just barely short enough. I think I could put the camping trailer on top of the deck over with Kermit.
I thought you were going to say on top of Kermit.
No. Or put the camping trailer in the bed of the F-150.
Yeah. A new style of camping. It's not a rooftop tent. It's just the whole camper on top of a rig.
Oh, man. So anyways, gonna take the Bronco because the secretary got really excited about taking the Bronco and doing this overlanding trip. That's what she wants to get into more. And I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do it. Let's try it out. So we're going to take the Bronco, leave Kermit at home, take the camping trailer, and we're going to be gone Friday morning through the following Sunday night, maybe Monday afternoon. So we're looking at a week and 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So 9-10 days total.
Right. So you're going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then possibly Monday through Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So a week and 3 days, 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And from Monday night through Monday night, or Monday night through Saturday night, Sunday morning. Sunday morning is when we're leaving. So Monday night through Sunday morning, we're going to be at an Airbnb in Moab.
Yep.
Which will be a lot of fun. We've done that in the past. It's always a good time. So the 3-4 days leading up to that, when we have the Airbnb, we're going to be living and camping out of the trailer like homeless people. It's great. It'll be fantastic. So we're going to start off Friday morning. And right now the plan is to go the southern route.
Yeah.
From here. And so that entails going by, Las Vegas and down through SoCal to get out through southern Utah and then up into Moab.
Right. Well, not so much SoCal. Well, Southern California, but not LA.
Not LA and San Diego.
Right.
So
you're pretty much driving down to Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then is that the 15 you hit there?
I think so.
You take that highway out towards Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said the first place that you were going to stop was in the Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mojave.
Or Red Rocks. Are you going to stop in Red Rocks or are you going to stop in the Mojave?
I think she wants to do Mojave.
Okay.
I want to do Red Rocks. So we'll see.
So you're stopping in Red Rocks?
Hopefully. I'm driving, so. No, we'll probably see what time it looks like. But yeah, one of those two, Mojave or Red Rocks. There's a few dispersed camping areas in both of them that I think are going to work really well. So we just need to pick one and figure out which one puts us in the best position to go to St. George the next day.
Got it. So are you choosing the camp spots now, or are you going to use an app or something when you get a little closer to say, I'm about done driving, let's find a good place to camp?
The way I'm doing it, because she kind of like figured out the locations we want to go to, but I'm up to finding where we actually stay each night. So I'm going to go and find like 2 to 3 options per night.
Okay.
And that way, if one option is full, then we can move to another option that's further along. And I think the way I'm going to treat it is treat it by option according to distance. And the first option we come to, we're going to try there. Mm-hmm. And if it's taken or it's not available, or say it's just super early in the day, then we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
And then we'll just take the first option available. That way we know we have a spot.
Right.
Yeah.
And how are you choosing these options?
That I don't know yet.
Oh, you haven't done it?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I haven't picked the spots yet. So I need to go and look up areas.
Yeah. There's a really good app. I had it at one point in time. I'm looking through my phone currently. I don't see it right now, but it's something like iCamper or iTravel. I heard about it from Lee.
Okay.
And he uses it because when we were driving home from Moab last year, and we were just before hitting Sparks, he's like, I'm going to pull over and camp. And I said, okay, I'm going to try and make it home. I said, how'd you find where to camp?
Yeah.
Right. You're on the road. We're driving. And he knew the general area of where we were. And so, but he pulled up the app, and this app had free or dispersed camping options for you. And it's a, like an overland bound style or a overlanding app that's directly targeting them.
Okay.
That is actually good from my knowledge. And I haven't looked into it much, but I think it's good worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or at least they're going worldwide.
Yeah.
So, if I figure out what the name of that app is, I'll put it down in the show notes, but you should look up or contact Lee.
Yeah. I'll text him
and find out what that is. Cause it'll be good for your pre-planning, but if ever, say option A, B, or C are taken, now what do? Yeah. You can also pull that app up and find a dispersed camping location.
Yeah. Pull over to the side of the freeway and keep my pistol close for the night. So yeah, that's the first night, is Mojave, Red Rock, right around there.
Okay.
And then from there, we're going to go up to St. George.
Nice.
That's about a 3.5 hour drive.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yep. Not bad. And so that'll be Saturday night in St. George. That'll be, checking out Hurricane, Sand Hollow. There's a couple of breweries she noted in the notes that she wants to go to. And then Sunday, we're going to head out to Tokerville.
And what is that?
Tokerville Falls is a really cool... There's a couple of things to do. The falls, there's also Kanara Falls, Red Reef Trail are a couple things that she was noting. But Tokerville Falls is kind of a popular off-road trail that you can go out and drive through the top of the falls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it.
I think
on Instagram,
now that you say that, I believe I know the picture that you're putting in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same spot, but I've got a nice photo.
Yeah.
And you're going to take the Bronco and trailer out into that creek?
I don't know. I don't know about the trailer. Probably the Bronco.
Just unhitch it.
Yeah, unhitch it and drop it before the creek. But yeah, so we're going to go up, spend that day up in Tokerville doing some hiking, probably some swimming in the falls.
You can get out into the creek and then you could hook up your Morphlate and you can show how it's waterproof. You can air up your tires even underwater.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll stay the night at Tokerville. Apparently there is dispersed camping available at Tokerville Falls.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be fun. And then we'll be there Sunday night. And then Monday, we're going to head over to the Red Hill Hot Springs. But we need to get some work done Monday morning.
Oh,
both of us will need to, I think. And that's where the Starlink comes in play.
Okay.
So we'll have the Starlink set up Monday while we're having breakfast. We'll get a bunch of work done out there. And then go to the hot springs, hang out at the hot springs for a little bit. And then from there, we'll head to Moab. And then we will head up.
But that'll be Monday. And we don't get the house, or that'll be Sunday or Monday? Do we get the house on Monday?
Monday. We technically have the house Monday. But everybody said they were showing up Tuesday. So we got it Monday. So we can kind of get in and have a shower and just kind of relax after the trip before everybody starts showing up.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, we'll be in Moab. That's when everybody's starting to show up to the house. We'll probably go out to like Arches or Canyonlands or something like that. Do a little bit of hiking Tuesday. Wednesday is check-in for Cruise Moab. Thursday is a trail day. Thursday is trail day and vendor night.
Right. Okay.
Friday is trail day. That's going to be the Morphlate Metal Masher run.
Friday's not vendor night? Thursday?
Friday's dinner.
Oh,
Friday's dinner night. Yep.
That's right. Friday dinner, Saturday trail. Everybody then goes home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So Friday dinner night, that'll be interesting. I'm going to be giving a little speech / partial eulogy for Marlon Chakowski.
Yeah.
At Cruise Moab on Friday night during the dinner.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Big Mike or anybody about that?
No, not yet. I texted him, haven't got a reply. So
okay.
I did talk to my dad though a little bit. So
oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be Friday night.
And your dad's not joining us this year.
He's not.
He's been to Cruise Moab
quite a few times
for a long stint, and he's missing it this year.
Yep.
Bummer.
Yeah, he's going on a vacation with his wife, my stepmother, and the vacation is overlapping with Cruise Moab.
Wow.
Yeah,
we have that.
Yeah, it's over there somewhere.
Oh well.
And then Saturday is a trail day, and then Saturday night is kind of get everything packed up, ready to go, and everyone's out of there Sunday morning.
Yep.
And then I think on the way home, we haven't decided if we're going to go all the way home Sunday or if we're going to take 2 days and stop like in Mojave or Red Rock on the way back.
So you're going back on the southern route also?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long, if you just drove like from here to the Moab on the southern route, how long does that take?
I want to say it's about 20 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. 19 to 20, something like that. And if we go the
80.
northern route, it's like 15 to 16.
Well, it's 15 to 16 towing.
Towing, yeah.
But you're towing, but you're not towing big.
Yeah, I'm not towing big.
So I would say it would be 12 to 14 if you just bombed it.
I don't know if we would bomb it though. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we had no trailer, then we would just do 85, 90 all the way because the Bronco loves doing that speed. But with the trailer, I don't think I'd go over 70, 75.
Well,
with the
you're
little
allowed to
trailer.
go 75 with a trailer outside of
I know
California.
I'm allowed to, but that trailer catches a lot of wind. It's a big giant cube.
That's true.
It's not aerodynamic at all.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So some of my questions for you is like, so are you ever spending the night in a hotel? Are you,
Nope.
so it's every single night's going to be inside the trailer up until the Airbnb.
Yep. Monday night. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll do Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night in the trailer.
How are you guys planning food, or how are you guys planning, showers or bathrooms, and what's the logistics behind multi-day or multi-night camping in the trailer that changes locations all the time?
Yeah.
Have you put much thought into this?
A little food. We have the ARB fridge.
Okay.
And everything is hooked up in the trailer to the batteries. And when we're towing it, it's also hooked up to the car. So we'll have plenty of power to run the fridge the full time, keep things cold. And so we have a Butcher Box subscription.
Okay. So you got some meat.
So I ordered extra on the last one that came in about 2 weeks ago. So we have a bunch of extra hamburger patties. We've got a bunch of extra chicken strips. We've got steaks, chicken breasts, thighs, and flank steak.
Okay.
So the idea is that we'll get the Jimmy Dean breakfast scrambles.
Oh, scrambles. Okay.
Yep. For breakfasts. And then we can do just those as scrambles or breakfast burritos. And we'll make those in the mornings with coffee.
Okay.
Lunches will be probably something along the way. We'll stop and,
something on the road.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And taste the local eateries through our way through the areas.
Nice.
And then dinners will be the different meats that we're bringing along with us, and veggies and probably potatoes.
All right.
Yeah.
So and potatoes, I mean, unless you're going to be cubing them first or anything, then you don't necessarily need to keep those in the fridge.
Nope.
How does, I'm taking this as an assumption that a lot of times when we go camping, we do a base camp.
Yeah.
Right. And so this time is really the first time that you're doing a multiple night, different location trail or trip. Are you thinking differently, like storage wise, packing wise?
I'm really not.
Okay.
Like I haven't done a trip like this before, so I'm not sure what I'm going to need, what to expect. So I'm just kind of treating it like a normal 3-day trip on the Rubicon or something.
Yeah.
So except we're bringing our own toilet with us as well. Right. So, we won't have a shower, but we'll have, hippie baths to kind of wipe down.
And that is, wet wipes.
Yeah, baby wipes essentially.
Baby wipes, yeah.
Baby wipes for everybody else out there that doesn't know what hippie baths are.
Or as the assistant calls them, horse baths.
A horse bath, yeah. So we'll have those. We'll have our toilet with us. I don't think with gas stops and fuel stops that we'll have too many issues. I don't think we'll need to have to use our toilet that much. I also don't know how many national forest places we're going to be going through. But I may or may not have access to a national forest bathroom key.
Right.
So there's different options. We're going to bring the little camping toilet with us anyways, but I don't know if we're really going to necessarily need it. We'll see.
When you're storing items, because you're changing, let me back up. If you tow the trailer out to something like Winter Fun Fest, you can store things on the bed. And then when you unpack the trailer, you can unpack. Yeah. But if you're doing a multiple day trip, traveling every single day, you don't really want to store things where you're going to be needing to sleep and having to rearrange the trailer every time. Is that, so do you ever store stuff there, or is that not something that's common?
I mean, for us, we're going to have our bags of clothes probably in the trailer, but like all the camping stuff, the amenities, like if we bring any chairs, they can stay in the back of the Bronco.
Right.
And then all the kitchen stuff, I built that drawer system. So everything lives in its drawers in the trailer and the kitchen stuff. So I don't think we'll need to the only thing I can foresee us having to pack up and put out and then put away is going to be like the little side table that we have.
Right.
And I don't even know if we'll necessarily use that.
Yeah. And is that something you store in the Ford, or are you going to store it in the trailer?
Probably in the trailer. Yeah. It'll just kind of live on the little counter in there.
Got it.
But
so
yeah,
there really isn't so much of unpacking and packing every single day that you foresee.
Yeah. Every time I've taken the camping trailer out in the past, which has been base camp scenarios,
right,
I haven't really unpacked a lot of stuff. Everything kind of lives with the trailer pretty well.
Where's your asbestos go? Not asbestos, AstroTurf. Your asbestos. Sorry, AstroTurf. Because you have a little green AstroTurf thing that you pull out. Where do you normally store that?
We store that in the trailer box.
Okay, up in the front of the trailer.
Box, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I can see, so there's not, once the trailer's set up, it's for the most part, it's kind of set up. You can, there's not a lot of setup for you to go to bed.
No.
I mean, so if like you're like, I really want to make it to this spot and it becomes really late at night, it's really just a matter of park and kind of hop into the bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I was slightly concerned that there is going to be some unpacking and packing that you're going to have to do every single day.
Yeah. And that's kind of the benefit of the camping trailer versus a rooftop tent versus a ground tent is you really, if you've got it set up correctly, and I say correctly with an asterisk, you shouldn't really have to have anything to really unpack.
Sure.
You just kind of park and jump in the trailer and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and
I
get
go to
that.
sleep or take a nap or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me because I'm not really like thinking this is going to be a really, really big change. I'm kind of like, yeah, we're just kind of packing up and then get up in the morning, make some coffee and throw about a couple breakfast burritos either on the burner real quick to warm them up or throw them in the engine of the Bronco real quick and then take off and grab them out in an hour or I'm not thinking it's going to be terribly different.
Yeah. And I think this will be a fun follow-up discussion after the fact to see if it was terribly different, if everything went to plan, if you found out that something wasn't working right, that you had thought that was going to be fine. Yeah. We'll find out in a matter of months. Okay. So it sounds like the food situation's pretty much taken care of. I
think food's going to be just fine. I am definitely, driving across Nevada and Utah. There's not a ton of gas stations. We were always fine towing with the F-150, and the Bronco should have a larger range on it than the F-150 did, but that was always through the northern route that we always did. So I'll probably take an extra gas can just to be safe, a 5-gallon gas can as an emergency reserve to use. But
I'm planning on doing that anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as a safety factor.
Yeah. But so, I mean, gas is a little concerned for me with the Starlink. As long as we can power the Starlink, which in theory I should always be able to power it, we can get in touch with somebody if we do have an emergency and need an Uber Eats brought to us or something. I don't know, whatever we're doing. We can get online and contact AAA if we don't have cell service. So, I mean, there's usually like when people plan trips, you're thinking of what are the things that can go wrong and how do you work to have, plan A, B, C, D, E, F contingencies if these things go wrong.
Sure.
And my experience from off-roading, I've always, there's two things to me that as long as you do these well, then you don't really have a lot to really worry about. Like you can always make it up as you go and ad lib.
Sure.
And fix things on the fly. But that one is knowing where you are.
Yeah.
And the other one is communication.
Okay.
If you need help and you do what you can to not need help, but if you do need help, you need to be able to get in contact with somebody, and that's your exit strategy, right? And so the Starlink is really kind of, that's the test for this trip, is hopefully we don't have to test the Starlink as an exit strategy.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thought behind taking the Starlink is, we can get some work done while we're on the trip, which is kind of nice. It allows us to work, but still be traveling. But it's my planned exit strategy.
Right. It's the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Because probably first is cell phone. If the cell phone doesn't work, then maybe resort to the Starlink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm shocked you're not figuring out all the ham radio
I know,
repeater areas.
Right?
Wow.
I'm like, well, we don't have a ham radio in the Bronco yet.
That's true. You would not bringing a handheld?
I'll probably end up bringing some because we need them for the trails,
right?
The trail runs. But yeah, it's I don't know. The Starlink is going to be interesting, and whether it's a false sense of security or not, that's another thing, right?
Yeah, you're gonna need to change your name.
Mm-hmm.
My Offroad Starlink.
My Offroad Link. Oh man. So I don't know. It's things that could go wrong. Something on the Bronco brakes, like break a tie rod in Moab, which is a very high possibility with the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Bronco is all still factory parts. There's nothing aftermarket on it at all yet. So I'm like, if I do break a tie rod, then as long as I can get to a Napa Auto Parts in town or the O'Reilly's in town and get it, and then get a ride back to the Bronco, should be fine.
Yeah. I'm
going to take all my tools. I'm going to take all my recovery equipment. I won't be taking the welding stuff. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just like, what are things that could go wrong?
How about flat on the trailer?
Flat on the trailer. The trailer uses the same size tires as what the Bronco has. I don't think it's the same lug pattern though. 3,500 pound axle. I think that's a 6 lug.
I don't know.
I'll have to check.
5
lug.
I'm guessing.
My guess is 5 lug.
But so do you have a spare tire for it?
Not for the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to bring a glue tread and a Morphlate patch repair kit.
Yep. We'll have the extreme tire repair kit with me.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you could possibly solve it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a Morphlate to air those tires up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if you're thinking the correct. I mean, I understand. Think about worst case scenarios and how to overcome them. But I was thinking more of like the camping aspect. Is it really going to be that different? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I've loved taking the camping trailer out whenever I do, and I feel like I've taken it out enough where I know what to expect with it. And I don't know. I haven't ever felt like it's really that different other than everything is stored in the trailer.
Right.
Whereas like before, if I go camping in the 4Runner, I have to take everything out of the 4Runner and set up camp and then put everything back in. Whereas the trailer, it's all kind of there contained within the trailer. Like I get to camp and all I really got to do is put the jack down under the trailer to get it semi-level, and then put the AstroTurf out, and camp is set up.
Yes and no, but you might have to grab like a table or chairs out of the Bronco, and I don't know if you're what else is stored in the Bronco that you might need for camp, but then you're going to have to put those away, but it's not a terrible amount.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not taking any sleeping bags. The bedding's all in the trailer.
Right.
So we won't take the camping cots. We'll just have the chairs, a couple chairs. Let me see what else is in that pile of stuff. And that's in that area of the garage. Tent won't need.
Yeah.
Cots won't need. Sleeping bags
all your recovery gear, all your tools,
tools,
everything that you're going to have for while you're out wheeling in Moab is also going to be in the Bronco.
Yep. Yeah. All my, my battery tools, I'll have all those with us as well.
Not going to go buy a spare tie rod set.
That would actually not be a bad idea just to have those with me.
It might not.
Because they don't take up a lot of space. And that's the weak point in the Broncos right now, are the tie rods for sure. I'm probably going to do that now.
Go see if Ford has a spare set laying around.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, I'm going to buy some tie rods before we go now. Thank you.
And if your lug pattern is the same for the Bronco as your trailer, you have a spare tire on the Bronco. And if it's, in all honesty, if it's the same size, I have a spare tire for you.
Yeah.
Are they 33s?
I think they're 35s.
On the trailer? Oh, wow. Well, then I have a 33.
Oh, okay. 33 would still get us out and get us into town, or we can get a new tire or something.
Yeah.
Because
I have a spare tire for Charlotte, but I never use it because I don't really have anywhere to put it.
Gotcha.
I've been thinking about getting one of those Rig Ultra Swings and putting the spare tire on there. But if I've ever, like when I got the new tires on, and then I did my road trip to Overland Expo West, I just threw a tire in the bed.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, all right. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see if what I'm thinking is actually going to play out, or if, I have this, false sense of security or false sense of confidence in the trip. I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. We have plans to stop and see some fun things, do some hiking, visit some hot springs along the way, visit a couple breweries along the way. And we're going to be able to get some work done. I think my biggest anxiety point is leaving Morphlate for 10 days.
Sure.
And trusting that the MFers are going to be able to keep things rolling without me here. I'll probably leave the customer service phone here.
Oh,
but try and answer emails as much as I can while I'm going around. One thing I really wanted to do before the trip was to set up the Starlink so that it was a flat panel attachment to the top of the vehicle.
Okay.
That way you can run it while you're driving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't get that done.
No.
So, that I'm going to play around with. I have a couple of ideas for that, but, we'll only be able to use the Starlink if we're stopped now somewhere.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. The food's going to be pretty simple. I mean, we only really need 3 days worth of food, which I already do that
that's
quite
easy.
a bit with off-roading.
Well, and you're not doing lunches. It sounds like you're not really worried about lunches. That's all going to be kind of on the road. So that makes it a lot easier too.
Yeah.
Though lunches aren't very complicated. It's usually some deli meat, sandwich bread, and some condiments and chips or something. But yeah. Or for me, it's just a red tote with peanut butter and honey and bread in it.
Exactly.
But yeah, and I think you're doing a lot of work up front where some people probably will do it on the road while they're driving along, right? They'll where to camp, what to do, where are we going, how long is it going to take us to get from A to B? A lot of that you're already figuring out.
Yeah, and that's something the secretary figured out. Like, she loves planning trips.
Okay.
Absolutely loves it. And me, I hate planning trips. I'd rather just go on a trip and make it up as I go along, right? And so that's really, I think, the part for me that I don't really know. I wouldn't know how to do or what to say or anything, and trying to figure out the fun things to do along an overlanding trip, during an overlanding trip. But that, and I think that's the part that I would have a lot of questions on.
Yeah.
But that's the part that she's taking care of.
Sure.
So,
yeah. So I think your only real hurdles are going to be like if option A, B, C are already taken, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And if you get whatever this app is, let me see. I texted Lee, see if he messaged. Oh, I got to have a message. Hold on. Overlander.
Okay.
Did I say that? I
think
said something close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a picture. It's the one here in the middle. It's got like street signs pointing right and left.
Okay.
As its icon.
Nice.
Overlander is what he said. So that's the one that you can find dispersed camping and open spots to go camping. And they're even rated. People rate it as like, this is a good spot. It was nice and quiet, and it's just a good option for random spots of camping.
Yeah, no, that's really cool, because that would be, again, it goes to knowing where you are, right? And I'll know where I'm at.
Well, your phone will know where you're at. My
phone will know where I'm at. And, if I need to pull up maps or something and I don't have service, I'll just pull out the Starlink real quick and set it up and get it running.
You're downloading it now. Thanks,
I'm downloading iOverlander right now. Yeah. And then, so this kind of goes into it. If I need to, if options A, B, and C for camping, dispersed camping are all filled, being able to find other spots to camp at, my ultimate plan was, maybe find a Walmart parking lot and pull in the back of the parking lot and, lock the door on the camper and the Bronco and keep the pistol by my side under my pillow. But like that would be worst case scenario, I think, for camping.
Sure.
But
Well, and that's now even if you can't find a spot on the app.
mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I think you've got a fairly solid plan. Good thing that the secretary likes to do some planning aspects to that. It helps you out quite a bit.
Yep.
I think it's neat that you guys are finding things along the way that are going to be fun instead of just taking a slow road to Moab.
Yeah.
You know, you're finding some breweries, you're finding hot springs, you're going to some cool spots. Check them out. I think it's going to be a fun trip.
I think it should be a lot of fun too.
I think you're gonna have now a new name instead of hashtag for Yoda Tyler. It's gonna be like for Yoda Overland Tyler.
Yeah, right.
Ford Yoda Overland Tyler.
Overlanding Ford Yoda.
I don't think there's gonna be any more Yoda in there. I mean, you're going up to full widths with some Toyota running gear, but yeah. Full widths, you got a Bronco, you got the Ford 15,000. You know, I think you're almost straight. It's going to be like hashtag Ford Tyler Overland.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see what people come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fun. I think this year's going to be fun because she wants to do more overlanding trips kind of like this.
Okay.
And we're hoping the Starlink allows us to do that. We'll see. I'm really worried about being away from more flight. So
yeah, I can understand that. I just put up a closed sign on Snail armor.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're going to be closed this week.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't say it, but I was like, I might check emails for some people because as much as I put a huge banner on the website saying shipping information, we are closed, heads up. I still have people message me, hey, when am I going to get my panel? And I go, did you see the huge yellow banner on the homepage that said we're closed this week?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Nope. Yeah.
So I usually go in and message everybody. Whenever I see an order come through, I'll usually go in and direct message them, send them an email because I capture the email. Go, hey, received your email or received your purchase. Thank you very much. Just a reminder that we're closed this week.
Yeah.
And I will fulfill orders as soon as I return or something like that.
You can probably set up a filter to do that automatically for you.
Maybe.
Just figure out.
Usually I don't get that many orders.
Oh, okay. So it works as fine.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Cool.
If it stays at the rate that it currently is.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Yeah.
Just an automatic reply, right? When we send them an order, we'll send them this other email saying, hey, just a reminder we're out of town this week.
Yep. Well, cool, man. I'm looking forward to Cruise Moab.
I think so too.
I know that there's a few listeners that have said they're going to be out there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some people. I'm bringing koozies. You guys asked for them.
Nice.
So we'll have those out at the vendor night, even though we're not allowed to sell anything, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't bringing anything to sell anyways, but
I forgot what they said. We're not allowed to sell alcohol.
Yes.
I know that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're allowed to sell stuff. Maybe I'm mixing the alcohol in there. We'll just give the alcohol away.
There we go. Yep. That's funny. Yeah. So we'll be out there. We'll be out at vendor night. We both have booths.
Yeah, we're next to each other. I think
we kind of took over an entire row.
Almost. Yeah, it's Delta, Morphlate, Snail, Traile, Solve Function.
Yeah.
And they're like, this was random. I'm like,
sure.
How random was that?
Yeah. Carnage Welder's going to be out there.
Yeah, he's out. Joe's out in the corner, stuck in the corner where he belongs.
Yep. We'll go over and visit him
Joe.
for a bit.
You better have a Unimog out there, Joe.
Yeah, he better have it. There was somebody else. There was a couple others. I was like, oh, they're going to be there. Oh, Descent is coming out.
Descent is going to be there. They were there last year. Remember? Yeah, they're on the opposite side of us. We're like right across from Sleaze Offroad.
Yep.
So that'll be nice. I want to talk to them.
Yeah, there's some fun vendors there this year. And I remember looking through the list of vendors and thinking, we know like half of these people.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good time.
Yeah.
If you're out there, come find us at vendor night. We'll be there. Bobcat should be in the show. I think is the Bronco going to be in the booth.
Yep. Bronco will be there.
Maybe the Bobcat won't be in there then because we only have like a 10 by 10.
12 by 20.
Is it?
Yep.
Each spot's a 12 by 20?
Yep. 20 foot across, 12 feet deep.
Oh, well then maybe we can get both rigs in there.
Yeah.
We'll put the Bronco up on Bobcat's tires.
Yep. That'd be funny.
We'll see if we can do that.
Break a tie rod doing it.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll be out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have maybe a table with some stickers and stuff on it and saying hi to people, but feel free to come by and say hi.
Cool. Sounds good, man. I will come by and say hi. How's
Thanks.
that?
I appreciate it.
All right.
Shy, I'm looking at you, buddy.
Is he coming out too?
I hope so.
Sweet.
Last time he was there.
That's
I hope
true.
he's out there again. We
Yeah.
need to steal that guy away from Trail Chasers.
Yeah.
He's like an avid Trail Chasers listener. He goes on the Trail Chasers runs.
So weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
We're so much better than them, Shy.
I agree.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah. We actually have like good Toyotas.
They don't even have Toyotas.
I know.
They got
They
Nissans
did-
and Fords now.
Didn't
They did.
yeah. Okay.
I bet Jose still has his.
I was gonna
Land
say
Cruiser.
I thought Jose, because Jose sounds like he's never gonna give up that Land Cruiser.
No, Jose, if you need podcast friends, you need to come and hang out with us. Too.
Come visit.
We know those other guys, they aren't nearly as cool. They don't own Toyotas.
Nope.
Even though he got a Ford, I think, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a Ford.
Mm.
I could be wrong. It might have been a Nissan.
Mm.
I
All
think
right.
it's a Ford Ranger.
I got one of the Rangers. Gotcha.
They look pretty good.
They do. They look good. And supposedly they're looking at doing a Ranger. Didn't they do a Ranger Raptor?
I think they're planning on
They're
it.
planning on it. Yeah.
It'd be rad.
Mm-hmm.
But have you, speaking of that,
Mm-hmm.
Birdwalk, have you seen on TikTok or Instagram or anywhere that does like story stuff or reels or something like that, that TRX Dodge that launches and does wheelies?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That is nuts.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That's rad. That's crazy.
I don't understand how he maintains that much traction to do that.
I don't know.
Like
You would think he must have weights or something back there.
it's gotta
Or
have
maybe he has
something.
like big slicks and you just can't tell.
Maybe. I don't know. And how do you not snap the ring gear from that much torque that quickly? I don't know.
It's probably a big
crazy.
ring gear.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have back there.
don't
Probably a
either.
Dana 60,
Yeah. At
Ish.
least. Yeah.
something.
Anyways, so fun stuff. Yeah, if you guys have any feedback for the episode, feel free to give us a call, 916-345-4744. Or you can email us. You can find us on the grams over at Instaland. And yeah, lots of different ways. Facebook, I rate 4x4. Fun ways to get a hold of us. So, Jimmy, any final words for everybody out there to wrap up the episode?
Should we change our name to Snail Trail 4x4 Overland Podcast?
Probably get more hits that way. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Why didn't Han Solo enjoy his steak dinner?
Because it was a little chewy.
Yep.
Thank
Nice job.
you.
You're getting good at these.
I'm clever sometimes.
You are.
Not
Sometimes.
really. Yeah.